In Osun State, sporadic gunfire was reported across the state capital, Osogbo, for 2 consecutive days as rival groups clashed over control of motor parks and transport unions just weeks ahead of the August 15 governorship election. Videos circulating on social media show armed men in the streets with eyewitnesses describing them as APC operatives disguised as NURTW members and alleging that the Nigerian police force failed to intervene. Let's take a look.
No, I want that. You want that? You want to that? Yeah, I'm local to show man on that. I don't want to come on down. I'm going to call you on. I don't
Well, the opposition is blaming APC thugs for this violence, saying it was a calculated attempt to seize control of the NURTW transport union ahead of the election, with the goal of controlling and the distribution of election materials. They say the public disturbance was led by a known notorious thug known as Kazim Oyewale, popularly known as Ashiri Eniba. A video showing a garage also set on fire made rounds on social media. Let's take a look.
Mola olówà nínú garage o tí wọ́n sùn táyà àwọn lẹ́wọ̀ yìí ó lè jẹ́ pé iná ò dé bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ìrìnà tí wọ́n sọ ọ̀sẹ̀ bí ẹ ti rí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n yìnbọn tí ẹ ti rí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ olóyè yìí ẹ̀tàn kó yé bí wọ́n náà ló fi ní yìnbọn tí wọ́n kúrò mẹ́ẹ̀ tí ẹ ti rí wọn.
I mean, Rufai, the APC has not yet officially responded to these allegations, but this is exactly the kind of pre-election violence the Inspector General of Police warned against during his recent visit to Osun. Now, if political thugs are indeed using motor parks as staging grounds for election manipulation, that is not just a security crisis. It's a direct attack on democracy again. Osun is in the news for not good reasons again, because of the elections coming up. I mean, what is really going on? We're seeing thugs on the streets, broad daylight, with machetes, and you saw around there police officers literally not doing anything. I saw that video.
Oji, what do you expect? This is the democracy. Shebi Professor Otubanjo was saying this morning that APC has been winning very fairly in all the elections.
You know, the poor people still vote for
the poor people still vote for. It's the thuggery we are voting. You can see.
I mean, what is this?
The only problem is that Adeleke is not aligning on this governorship election with the APC has gone to accord because they have scattered the PDP. It's just it. That's just it. Shebi Oji, we had elections when Buhari was there. You know when you know this country is on its knees is the fact that we are now quoting Buhari as a better Democrat. That's the scary part. We had election when Buhari was there, Oji. After the election, Adeleke went to meet Buhari and thanked him for allowing the election to go fairly.
Right.
But since the day this election started coming close, it's been one trouble or the other. The IG the other day tried to intervene, nothing still happened. Is it that we are going to say we don't know all these people causing all this chaos in Osun State?
This is it.
So, Oji, we know what is going on. The only thing that is going on is that you have an APC candidate in the election and is challenging Adeleke.
Right.
But it's this in the same country where you had an incumbent candidate. But Buhari was there. And they went to thank Buhari that elections were fairly. So in a country where we are already thanking Buhari, the Buhari, same Buhari of Buhari, Diagmo decree 3 that they arrest journalists to. Decree 4 that they arrest journalists to. If the same Buhari is now becoming a better standard for democracy,
No, like, I just wanted to point out an important point which you raised, Oji, and that is that there were police officers who were watching. And this is the same Osun State that the IGP visited and was saying that within government house, are these men within government house? And that's why I feel like there's a docility with the Nigerian police force with what is happening in Osun State, and they have a question to answer. Absolutely. We cannot continue to watch election violence on this scale, and we see uniformed policemen just standing there and doing nothing. And then we have visits, condone. We don't want that. We want action. And I do believe that the police force has failed the Osun State people in this particular regard, and they can do a lot more to tackle this violence that's been going on in Osun State.
Thank you for your submission. I mean, 2 days, gunfire, garage, set ablaze. We need responses from the police command and, of course, from the APC. And now to a story that has Nigeria's history books buzzing. Former DSS Assistant Director Dennis Amachree has broken his silence in a new book narrating the final moments of the late military ruler, General Sani Abacha, revealing that Abacha died of cardiac arrest during an intimate encounter at the Aso Rock guest house at approximately 4:05 a.m. on June 8th, 1998, in the book titled DSS at 40, My Journey Behind the Shield. Amachree reveals that he personally interrogated the young woman involved, a pharmacist who fled Aso Rock that night, and her first words to him were unforgettable. She said, "I did not kill him. He died on top of me." He died on top of me, Dr. Abati. I mean, Amachree's account, you know, directly... Please go ahead. This is a serious stuff. I mean, I was just about to say that, you know, his account contradicts all of the stories that we have seen, whether he died of an apple and all of those poisoned apples or Indian girls. But he's insisting that the pharmacist's testimony remains the definitive account of what happened that night.
Okay, very quickly. I'm sure you all know Mr. Dennis Amachree. He's been on this show many times, but he recently, I think last month, released a book, the book you are referring to. It's a 344-page book of 26 chapters. And it was in chapter 17 of that book that he talks about the month of death.
Yes.
How, you know, death changed the history of Nigeria. And the main substance is what you have just referred to, where he was talking about the true account of Abacha's death. I think that's from pages 247 to page 257. Now, he was countering the account of Major Mustafa, who had said that his boss died after he had a handshake with a certain foreign official. And about 5 a.m. the following day, he had become, you know, sick and then he died subsequently. And he argues in that book that what Major Mustafa was trying to do was to cover up his boss. But that what actually happened is that General Sani Abacha died on active military duty in one of the guest houses of the presidential villa. Because I assume that whatever he was doing in the guest house would be part of the assignment as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. But the detail is that he had bought an SUV for a girlfriend. And then the girlfriend came with her pharmacy sister to go and say thank you to the CEC. And then they were taken to the guest house. Then the main girlfriend left. The pharmacy sister, these sisters from hell, I think Mr. Amachree should have disclosed the identity in that book as a lesson for other women. The pharmacist stayed behind. And then whatever in the course of cockadry, of active commander-in-chief assignment, she said she noticed that the head of state of Nigeria was no longer breathing. So she now found a way of escaping from the place. They've got her a car. She said, the head of state said you should give me a car. She went back to Hilton, Transcorp Hilton. And then immediately she got there, she told her sister, by 7 a.m., she was already in an aircraft to Lagos. When she got to Lagos, they discovered later that the head of state had died. Major Mustafa now said, who was the last person with the head of state. So that was when the manhunt began.
Right.
At the time, Mr. Dennis Amachree was Director of Intelligence, Operations and Intelligence at the DSS Command in Lagos. That was how he came into the picture. They went and arrested the woman somewhere around Ojudu or Ogudu. And now he was the person that interviewed her. And that was when the woman said, I didn't kill him. He died on top of me. Interpretation. Head of State General Sani Abacha died on active duty within the proximity of the presidential villa.
What is that? What duty of what?
National assignment.
No, Commander-in-Chief can give himself any assignment. So this is the clarification.
What he's saying,
this is the clarification.
I'm watching it all.
What is the duty?
This is the clarification that Mr. Amachree has given, and that this should lay to rest all these speculations about Apple. That it wasn't Apple.
Yes.
It wasn't handshake.
Yes.
It was a 4:30 a.m. Incident while the head of state Abacha was attending to other urgent matters of state interest.
He died fighting for Nigeria.
Come on, really? This is the DSS. This is his account. At the end of the day, it's his account. But I have a copy of the book, I must say, and I've gone through it. My father was actually in the book too, so I know he actually called me to say that my father's name appeared in the book. So I do have a copy of his book, and I have interacted with Mr. Amachree himself. So this is his account, and
exact account.
it is exactly
I
what
have a copy of the book too. I read it. Please, in honor of the active national service, I salute.
Abacha died on active duty, according to Dr. Abati.
That's good.
Shall we just wrap up this politics story?